This video goes out to all of you who plan on making New Year's resolutions. Now, before you click off, wait a minute. This video right here is the epitome of no excuses. I already understand that my audio is terrible. My backdrop does not look like a YouTube studio. Let me show you why. All right, so I'm gonna take my phone with me. I'm carrying my phone with me because I am using a lav mic. I haven't had a lav mic before. It actually fixes my audio a lot, but there is no fixing it in this room because I have a new room that is going to become my new studio. In some of my earlier videos, I showed you that we made another bedroom for my daughters. So that is the stairs leading upstairs, and right there is the girls' bedroom and the wall that we built. And then coming around here, we have a fireplace. And then I have my table, that was my desk right there. And then I have a temporary table right there, which is going to be being replaced with another desk. For the flooring here, we epoxied the floor and put a bunch of rainbow sparkles in here, but the basement has horrible reverb. And we also have concrete walls, which does not help. And they're white because they've been patched up to keep water out. So I cannot drill holes through these walls. So I'm going to be trying to find some solutions to dampen the sound in here, dampen the reverb, and make it work. Also, the wall that I showed you there, plus this wall back here, we're going to have to plaster it, paint it, mud it, paint it, get it all good and going. Okay, so that might not have been the best tour I've ever given. But there is so much work that needs to be done down here, and I know that the sound is horrible. But going into the new year, no excuses. The biggest reason why I'm excited to have this studio in the basement is because I constantly make excuses for not making videos for you. Because upstairs, I was in the middle of the whole house. If anybody is watching TV, on their phone, doing dishes, even playing, if they're doing anything, then the sound is horrible. Even now, my daughters are in their bedroom watching TV, so you can hear that. You can also hear the washer and dryer in the background. There's a lot of things that I have to work on down here as well, but it is a step in the right direction to take away excuses. This video is not going to be perfect, but it's going to get out there and it's going to give you the information that I really want to share with you. And that is, are you making New Year's resolutions this year? Do you have some goals in mind that you want to accomplish, that you want to get a fresh start and turn over a new leaf this year? And I have a couple of ideas for you. See, we get this idea, I'm going to start a new leaf, I'm going to have a new chapter in my life, a fresh start. And we do good for like 3 days. I know I'm horrible at this. And then you drop the ball. And then you might pick the ball back up for like 1 day, but then once you drop that ball, the momentum is done. You're like, well, I already failed. I should give up. What does it matter? I heard another YouTuber talking about having no 0 days. What that means is whatever your goal is, whatever your project is, that you don't have any day that you didn't work on it. We're talking even a little bit. We're talking 1 minute. Say, well, I didn't exercise today. You could have exercised for 1 minute. Well, I didn't work on my YouTube channel today. You can work on it for 1 minute. Just make sure that you do something. We like to over-exaggerate how much we can get done in a short amount of time. But we also like to underestimate how much we can get done in a long period of time. And just those micro minutes of doing something every day builds momentum. It builds something to where you're making progress. Instead of looking for a streak, look for progress. Look for the fact that you have a goal in mind and you're aiming towards that goal and you're taking steps every day to get there. And even if you fail a little bit, it's okay because you know that those micro steps make a difference. I think this is point number 2. Number 1, no 0 days. Number 2, realize that everything is a lot more simple than you think it is. Things are not that complicated. I heard a motivational speech from Sylvester Stallone, and he was talking about how he was going to try to be an actor, and everybody was pretty much insulting him and putting him down, saying negative things, and pretty much making it look like he would never achieve anything. And he would go to the cinema, and he would take a recorder with him and record the dialogue from the movie, and then go back to his place and try to re-script it and write new dialogue for it. He said the first, say, 5 that he wrote, They weren't good enough to line your bird cage or to potty train your dog. But once he got to the 5th one, he could see improvement. He could see that he was moving in the right direction. It's always going to stink. Your beginning work is always going to stink. But that's where the experience comes in, and you always get better. You slowly improve on what you're working on. It's not whether you're massively talented or you're not, that you have it or you don't. It's a matter of how much work are you willing to put into it. Are you willing to put in no 0 days? Are you willing to work towards your goals? It's not that complicated. You just have to work for what you're going for. Number 3 is, how bad do you want it? I'm bad about exercise. I don't like to exercise, and I have slowly been working my way into it. But I am naturally somewhat fit to a point that I didn't feel that it was necessary. I didn't hate the way that I looked or hate the way that I felt bad enough to be like, I'm going to go through the pain and gain of exercise. Until I could change my mindset and realize, okay, well, I want this though. I want that. There are things that I want, and the more that I want those things, the more intensity that I want those end results, the more I'm going to work to get it. But if you don't want it bad enough, you're going to start out and fizzle out. Kind of like if you said no soda. How long are you going to last with no soda? Or you're going to drink water every day. How long are you going to last? How bad do you want it? I have a new YouTube video coming out that I am dying to get out, but I refuse to give you guys a cheapened version of what I wanted to give you. So I'm giving you this instead until I can give you that great video. All right, let me be honest. This is probably a really lame video, and I am surprised that you got this far. This is just my 0 excuses video that I'm going to get this out one way or the other. And if you made it this far, please hit the subscribe button. Don't like it though, it wasn't that good. Hit the subscribe button, and I hope you go out and in 2023, you do something great. And in the process, follow this channel, and I'll show you the greatness that we get done here.